Here we are, folks. It's daytime, and I'm no longer looking like a zombie in the nighttime with bad lighting. Actually, decent lighting. Imagine that. Hello, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving me your time and attention. Pleasure and feeling very emotionally happy and grateful for everyone's continued time and attention and positive, good energy. Feels good that you're back again and sharing good, loving kindness and friendliness with me and sharing my videos to support the channel's message also. So I want to thank everybody for doing that. It's appreciated. It's going to help spread the message of the channel. It's not about me, it's about the messages. So yeah, in this video I was just like I don't know, sometimes just giggle, like thinking like people like complying so happily or readily. I just think, wow, it's like good citizens, you know, or something like, what was I thinking, like very, very great, lovely, law-abiding citizens, like fantastic. Oh yeah. But what are they complying with and agreeing with? It's dictatorial, like corrupt, very harmful physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually rules made by a group of sick people, bless their souls and hearts, but people who are like very low vibration, living in fear and don't have proper empathetic feelings for us as well, a lot of them. Yeah, so like it's not something that I agree with or comply with at all, really. Like don't go around wearing a flask on my face, a nappy or a diaper, and they are just symbols that you're like just being a good little law-abiding citizen, agreeing, giving up your rights so easily and readily and happily, being tricked, duped, and believing a whole bunch of lies and stories and narratives, you know, a whole lot of rubbish, you know. Like for me, what's one of the successes in raising my children or in my own life is so that they can think for themselves and be free and sovereign beings, which is their natural God-given right. You can never take away our natural rights, my friends. No man-made or government law ever can take away our natural rights. We have a right for health, both socially or mentally and emotionally, which involves social health or social interactions, etc., and family, friends, attending funerals, weddings. We have a right to earn a living, and we have a right to see our friends be happy and healthy too, or to maybe date or social, like just general, like seeing the opposite sex in our own gender, sex too, just general mental and emotional well-being. We have a right to health. We have a right to physical health too, and we have a right to earn a living for our family, and we have a right to shop for food and essentials for our family. So people trying to deny us flasks. I can't say the real word, you know, because it's like I'll just get banned straight up. I was banned for a week when I started talking about flasks the last time. So yeah, a surgeon with 10,000 surgeries, professional, says you should never wear a flask more than once. It's disposable, and that's a professional mask, and they're so bad for you. He warns against the dangers of them. This is a pro, like proper understanding, knowledge and experience. You never reuse a flask. It collects bad stuff, kind of, so to speak, you know. It's just bad for you to do that. It really, breathing in our own waste products and carbon dioxide is bad for you. It creates hypercapnia. Is that what it's called? Not good for you. Carbon dioxide and waste products in the brain, all this sort of stuff. So like, yeah, man, like smiling and holding hands and touching one another and socializing is like part of living life. Like to try and stunt all that's like a joke. There is no virus. Maybe there is, but it's nothing what it's portrayed to be in the media, which is controlled by the cabal, the evil people. Bless their souls, you know. I'm sorry for them. Like I wish them to get better, and I want to hold a hand, hopefully. I want to care for them, you know. I want to like help them to rise in their vibration and to feel open-hearted and friendly towards people instead of like hurting people. So like it's very warned against by professional surgeons about the dangers of flasks. Very much so. And they only wear it once for a short period of time in a highly oxygenated room, because they know shutting off oxygen to their brain and increasing carbon dioxide, which is dangerous, that's like it's obviously very bad for you. So like, if you have a medical, we're all exempt from these dangers. We have a natural right for health. Yeah, and Ireland is pretty good. I think every country is the same. Like, we have our natural rights. Nothing can change that. No man-made rule, even all that this hoax, you can't change it. We need to stand up for our rights, my friends, and learn our rights, and just stop being like followers. And we need to think for ourselves. So, as I was saying about my children, I want them to be able to think for themselves, to be free, sovereign beings, not to be followers like under authority. I love it when my children speak up for themselves, tell me what they want, use their voice, and be strong. You know, not aggressive, not mean, not overbearing, not selfish, not domineering, but actually can speak up and they're not afraid of a little shell of fear because their parents are talk down to them and tell them to shut up and ignore them and like act like they aren't very important beings who have a right. You know, that type of stuff. I don't know. It's like, we want our children to be very, very, very confident, my friends, and empowered with knowledge and wisdom and emotional intelligence too. See, most of us weren't raised that way deliberately because the educational system is made to breed subservient people who submit to authority and being good little boys and girls told what to do. So like, have love and respect for people like this, and I kind of was more on that in the past by a huge shot. But I started my awakening journey 14 years ago, and I started questioning things before that, a good few years before that. It's just really important, my friends, to learn to think for ourselves and to realise no one can tell us what to do, and we live by our own ethics of respecting other people's property, their health, their personal space. We don't need anyone. We've given our rights away, and that's why the governments and the cabal have gotten into positions they have done in the past, which is changing now, because we signed away our power. We decided to give it to them. We acted like little babies and children, like who need sort of like them to like look after us or something, you know, as if we need them to take care of us and tell us what to do. That's like babyish children behavior. No offense, like love children and all that, but as an adult we don't have to act so disempowered and like as if we're incapable. Like, we are capable. We're divine beings and we're adults. So if we're adults and we're divine beings, we don't need to give away our power to people, especially people who just lie to us all the time and tell us what to do and try and kill us, poison us, air, water, food, chemicals, drugs, do a whole lot of weird stuff, control the media, abduct, you know, I won't get into it. They do an awful lot of terrible and evil stuff, and I hope they get better, and I wish them to rise their energy and frequency and vibration. I want the corruption to end. I want the love and the light to shine forward. But yeah, I please my friends, like, think about all of this. And I never get any hassle by going into the shop. You know, shops constantly with no flask. I'm allowed to breathe air, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to poison myself with carbon dioxide and my own waste products. I'm going to live my life and be happy. I'm going to like be the divine, loving, kick-ass, awesome being that I am, and that you are too. It's not just me, we all are. And yeah, the evil behaved people do play the role of the evil. Like, they're not bad at heart, deep down on the spiritual level. They're just playing a role. I hear they'll get karma for this, but maybe they're paying back karma from a previous lifetime. I don't even fully understand all the internet of that totally 100%, not at all, but I kind of get the overall idea. And the gist is to have forgiveness for them while we're alive here. That's the easier path to our ascension, our raising our frequency. Not to have hatred and resentment, but to have love and compassion and forgiveness, and to make a stand and don't put up with their crap as well either. And to be free, lead by example, be a leader, be a way shower. And if you listen to this now, like, it's most very surely what you are. So I'm here with you, you know, we're here together. Don't worry, we're doing good. But yeah, I'm glad to be alive now. I think it's a good time. This is like mass awakening. A few rocky years, but then it's worth it in the end, and we'll have earned it by making it together. We're making the new earth together. All people of all walks of life now are learning the truth. And what the next step I'd like to see at some stage pretty soon is people to stop wearing flasks and stop complying so much. viruses are just they're either solar radiation, electrical type of related their frequency cleanses, like electromagnetic pollution cleanses from solar, or from all the stuff we brought our radar and radio and internet, 3D. Whenever there's like a big difference in transmissions and radio and frequency on the planet, there's like viruses may be a result. There's a strong possibility of that in the past, and then they just blame it on the virus. But like, the virus isn't the cause; it's just a cleanup crew. Every single animal, including humans, who are animals, they make exozymes, which are also called viruses. Basically, they're a cleanup crew. They clean up waste, toxicity, radiation, dirt, crap, toxins, chemicals, drugs, all this sort of stuff. They're just part of nature. They're not even alive. We make them. They're just cleaning things. So there's nothing to be like afraid of. There's nothing you're going to get. The only reason why we may get, but it's not transmitted from person to person, stuff like cleanses at the same time, is because it's a seasonal time of the year, or it could be just from you're in a polluted area or of electromagnetic pollution, or even just other drugs or chemicals in the environment or the air that's been released, either deliberately or accidentally. But then the cabal, like the deep state, they try and blame it on viruses, because they only want us to be controlled in their power, and the only way they can do that is to keep us in fear and divided and disempowered. So that's what they do. They keep us disempowered by lying to us constantly. They keep us divided by making up stories like Black Lives Platter. I'm pretty sure that's not censored automatically. And all the sort of stuff, race wars, this, that and the other. They constantly want to distract us, keep us deceived and clueless and fearful of the next baddie, even if it's an invisible virus. And then they try and come along to the rescue, and their agenda is to depopulate and to sell vaccines for trillions of scholars, trillions of dollars, right? So yeah. It's okay, my friends. Nothing to be afraid about. And I'll see you again next video. Please share, like, and subscribe. Especially love it if you share and leave your comments and like to support the channel and the channel's messages. And I'd love to hear from you. And thanks again for all your love and support. And keep going strong, my friends. Live from the heart. And everything's going to be okay. And everything is okay.